Everyone loves a casserole, particularly if you're going to a potluck or a party, and I'm gonna teach you some tricks that'll make you the casserole master. When you're making your casseroles, the first step is choosing the right baking dish. Which one works for which thing? You could choose cast iron, ceramic, glass, or metal. If you're in a hurry, go with glass or metal. If you're making something that will go under really high heat, a ceramic or cast iron works best. Tip number 2, vegetables that you're going to put in your casserole either going to need to be cooked or squeezed dry. Take some cheesecloth, put it over a bowl. See all of that? Now it is ready to go in with the rest of your ingredients. Tip number 3, cut your vegetables or any of your ingredients that you're gonna have in your casserole into relatively uniform pieces. But you also wanna make these pieces bite-sized. You want them to come up in a fork. You want them to be easy to eat in the casserole. So let's say you have onion, potatoes, and broccoli. Cut them all around the same size. They're gonna be cooking separately, so it doesn't matter how long they'll take. You can easily buy canned vegetables, but fresh is so much better. So this is a perfectly fine size for a casserole. Tip number 4, par cook your vegetables. Not all vegetables cook at the same rate. And if you're putting them in all in the raw state at the same time, you're gonna come out with either something mushy or something raw. You don't want that. No one wants that. So let's par cook our vegetables so they all cook at the same time. Put our broccoli in some boiling water. You'll probably just par cook your broccoli for about 2 minutes. We'll strain it out, run it under some cold water to stop the cooking, and then toss it in with the rest of your stuff. Tip number 5, don't put raw meat or raw anything in your casserole. So if you have ground beef, get it nice and brown. We're getting some delicious browning on this meat. Now it's ready to go in with the rest of your casserole ingredients. Tip 6, if you're putting pasta in your casserole, cook it. You want it to be cooked before you put it in, but you don't want it cooked all the way. You're gonna stop it about 2-3 minutes before the package says it's al dente. It will finish cooking in your casserole. And don't forget to salt your pasta water. It's always more than you think. Once our pasta is finished cooking, we're gonna drain it and then add it with the rest of our casserole ingredient. If you want your casserole to be good, you're gonna wanna have herbage. There are certain herbs that you don't wanna use fresh for. If you're gonna use mint or basil, those die in high heat for long periods of time. You only add those at the end of things for like that burst of freshness and that vibrancy. Herbs that withstand the heat for long periods of time would be thyme, sage, and oregano. When it comes to casseroles, you usually want to go with dry rather than fresh. Tip number 8, do you bake it covered or uncovered? It really just depends. It depends on how much liquid you've got in it, depends on the type of casserole. For these, when it has bread on top, you usually want to bake it uncovered, unless it's going to be in there for a really long time. If it's really eggy, maybe covered for a little bit, uncovered for the last 15 minutes. But this is going to be in there for probably about 30 minutes, and so you want it to be uncovered to get the bread nice and toasty and kind of like croutons on top. As far as lasagna goes, or a baked ziti or anything like that, you'll probably want to cover it for the first 20 minutes. Make sure everything is nice and melty. Make sure the pasta doesn't get browned and crispy like the bread does. You'll probably want to uncover it for the last 10-15 minutes or so to make sure the cheese is nice and browned on top. Let's bake them and you'll see what I'm talking about. Trick number 9. You want to make sure that your casserole dish is filled about 3/4 of the way high. You don't want it to be all the way to the top, just to right about this line. You do not want your casserole to overflow because that would be a waste of everybody's time. And now that our casserole is filled, put in our baking dish, let's top it with something fun. And that leads us to tip number 10. Give yourself a fun, crunchy topping. Here are some options. Chopped bacon, always a winner. Some Ritz crackers coated in a little bit of butter. Some panko breadcrumbs, tossed in a little bit of butter. Some potato chips, and everyone's favorite French fried onions. This is a creamy vegetable casserole. It's got carrots and spinach and cheese and cream of mushroom soup. Let's put some buttery panko on top. Sprinkle it evenly over top. I want to make sure the coating or the topping is evenly distributed. How about we mix and match? Casseroles are supposed to be fun, right? Let's put some French fried onions on top. If you're not ready to bake this, you want to save this for a later date, maybe a cold, rainy day, freeze it. Now would be the time to do it before you bake it. Put a layer of plastic wrap over it and then a layer of foil. Now this can freeze for about 2 months. These have baked uncovered. This baked the whole time uncovered, so you see the nice, beautifully crispy edges on the bread. So you've got like croutons on top with a beautifully custardy bottom. And then this one baked for the last 10 minutes uncovered, and you see little bits of deliciously brown caramelized cheese. This one has been sitting for about 15 minutes since I've taken it out of the oven, which is exactly what you want to do. You want your casseroles to set. They are still like molten lava when you take them out of the oven, and when you cut into them right away, it's just like meat. You want to let your meat rest, you want to let your casseroles rest. You want to keep all of those, all of the sauce, all the juices. You want to make sure it's all together. So this has set. We can cut into it now. You hear that nice crispy on top? Hear that? Ooh, yum. This one is a breakfast casserole. So it has crispy bread, sausage, peppers, cheese. First cut's the deepest, but it's also the hardest to get out. Oh, and I'm eating my words. That was really easy. You see how it's staying in its shape? How it's not falling all over the place? How it's not piecey? That's because we let it set for 15 minutes. So there you have it. I just gave you 12 tips and tricks to master your casseroles. There's so many different kinds of casseroles. Comment below what your favorite is. Check out allrecipes.com and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.